What's going on, YouTube? So today is November 12th. I'm currently headed up to the north side of Houston to pick up my good friend Taylor. He's gonna be joining me today on the drive to Dallas. It's about a 4-hour drive from Houston to Dallas. We're headed up there to pick up my new car, which I haven't announced what it is yet. You'll see it shortly. And normally when I buy cars from my guy in Dallas, I ship them down. It's pretty cheap, but in this case I have a trade-in that I didn't feel like shipping back up, and I also just didn't have anything better to do today. Just got out to Taylor's place. I know what you're thinking. How do I have the M4? I said I sold the M4. I already had a couple people on Snapchat ask me how I'm in the M4 right now. Basically, the M4 is not really mine anymore. I'm not supposed to drive it. The last thing I'm supposed to do is take it up to the dealership up there. So my final hurrah with the M4. And I thought about doing like a whole video dedicated to like farewell to the M4. Y'all know my opinions on the M4. I don't really feel a need to talk about it anymore.
In a crude laboratory in the basement of his home.
I was just telling my co-pilot here that I've never been to In-N-Out Burger in my life, and I've always heard like the greatest things about it, and they have them in Dallas, so you good with that?
I'm so good with that.
Dude, I don't even give a fuck about my car anymore. I just want In-N-Out. Pro tip, never go to a Starbucks that isn't actually a Starbucks. The ones inside buildings, it's not the same. I feel like you never see GT4s. They're really rare. They're really badass. I miss the hell out of mine. I wish I wouldn't have sold that car. They're just so sick. I'm really surprised we just came across one.
Hey man, I just told my wife I'm excited about you two guys.
Yeah, good to see you.
What's up, brother? What's up, man?
It's the first one I've seen. I haven't come across one of these yet. What room is this?
Texas room. You can look around and see why.
The paperwork goes down.
And it's the back side of that phone.
All right, guys, where I get all my cars from. This is Ken. Ken is just genuinely a good guy from the first car I bought to him till now. Whether he has it in his inventory, which I'll put his website down below, or if you're looking for a special car like I was with this thing, he's the guy to go to. So,
Thanks,
I
Joe.
appreciate it.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Appreciate your business.
Without further ado, that's the new car. In the GT4 already, as you can hear. I'm gonna go over on the way home a little bit later why I sold my last one, why I bought a new one, the specs on this thing. This car is like exactly how I wanted one, but I couldn't get a new one, so I bought a used one last time. This car is the one that I would have spec'd out, I just happened to find it used. In-N-Out, never been before. Taylor's been before, I haven't. So good. I'm also just super hungry, so I think everything's good right now, but this is fucking amazing.
It's in the spot.
Wow. Why do we not have these in Houston?
I don't know.
Slacking. Oh. Getting into these seats, a little bit difficult. You gotta like sit in them and scooch over. I mean, you sit down in them. But the good thing is, they sit about 3 inches lower than the standard seats and about 1 inch further back. So at 6'5", I have plenty of room. Let's go back to Houston. So I know what you guys are thinking. Joe, you already owned a GT4. Why the fuck did you buy another one, and why'd you sell the first one? Well, good question. The first one I had 4-way seats in it. I didn't really fit in the car. I mean, I did, but it wasn't comfortable for me. My knee would hit the steering wheel and stuff. I was sitting a little bit too high. Wasn't the best deal. And on top of that, I bought the car pretty much at sticker, and my trade-in value was over sticker. So I ended up making a couple grand by the time taxes and everything were done. So I didn't really fit in it. I also could make some money at the time. It was like, why not? I regretted it immediately. Since I sold that car, I've wanted another one. About a month ago when I looked at the new GT3 coming out, and I was like, you know what, I want to wait for that and get my name on the list. It was like, okay, well now what do I want to hold me over for the next year? Because I'm not a big fan of the M4. So immediately in the back of my head, I'm like, GT4. But the only way I fit in this car is with these seats. And if I was gonna do it, I wanna do it right. So I wanted a red car with the bucket seats and the carbon ceramic brakes. That's how I would have spec'd it out from the factory, so I was like, I want that exact car. My good friend Ken that you saw earlier in the video, I told him, I was like, all right, I need you to find me this car. Let's look around the nation. I actually ended up finding the car, sent the link to him. 4 days later, the car's sitting in the showroom ready for me to pick it up. And now I'm in the perfect GT4. Now the limit is, I don't think I want to sell this car. Like, this is my all-time dream GT4, so I have a feeling that when the GT3 comes in, which who knows when that's gonna be, I'm second in line at the dealership here up in Dallas. I'm for sure on the list. I'm getting my car. I can spec it out how I want it. But when that car comes out, depending on how everything's going financially, I may try to keep this car too, because I love this car. Like, I've been going over with Taylor, and like the main interest, it's just so fucking good. And I will do a full review of this car. This video is not about that. I just wanted to show it off a little bit. I have huge plans for this car. I have huge plans for the channel.
It's not just big, it's huge!
I think I'm in love again. I was already in love with this car to begin with. I already knew that I loved the car, but being in it again is awesome. Taylor's been driving the last hour, so I'm gonna take over from here. We're about an hour out. We're at Buc-ee's. Probably be home like an hour, hour and a half. Probably go grab dinner and stuff. I'll wrap up the video when we get closer to home, but such a good buy. And normally when I buy new cars, I have a little bit of buyer's remorse. Not with this one. I'm just happy right now. So options real quick, let's go over them. Porsche ceramic brakes. These are actually, all of Porsche's brakes are made by Porsche. Which is kind of awesome because a lot of other manufacturers, if not all of them, use Brembo or third party, but Porsche makes their own. I wanted red. They're pretty rare in red. They're decently rare in the Carmine red, which is more of like a maroon. This one is Guards red, which is super rare to see on the GT4s. It's more of a bright red. There's not a whole lot of them out there in this color, which was just awesome. And then the third major option that I had to have in this thing were these bucket seats. For me, not only do they look awesome, I mean, they're all carbon fiber on the back. The whole seat's carbon fiber. Not only do they look freaking awesome, they also are functional for me. Getting in and out's a bitch, but overall, I fit in the car a hell of a lot better than I fit in the old one. Super happy with the spec of this car. It's awesome. I'll go over the sticker and all the options, probably later on, different video, but it's awesome. We got back in Houston area around like 8:30, 8:45. We went to dinner, been downtown for a while. Now it's, I think, 11:30. I've been up since 7 this morning, making sure all the Alpha Elite stuff was going smooth before I left to Dallas. All in all, it's just a super long day. I think I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video tomorrow, and I'm just gonna get some sleep right now because I am like mentally drained. I don't know why it is that like when you go on road trips, you're tired. Like we didn't do anything all day, we just sat down all day, but for some reason I'm exhausted. I hope you guys like the new car. I know I'm like already in love with it, and I will share more with y'all in the future on what I plan to do with it. But it's awesome to be able to kind of share that experience, picking it up with you guys. I do go through cars quite a bit, but I have a feeling I'm gonna hold on to this one for a while. I don't see myself selling that thing. This may end up being one of, a collection in the future. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you liked the video. Hit the like button if you liked it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.